was Radio Free Europe, R.E.M's first single, and it was re-recorded on Murmur in 1983. Now, the first thing I'd like to say about this piece is that Mills, as you may know, always uses a plectrum, so that's the first thing. Second of all, you may notice I was using alternate strokes in the video that I just showed you. That's not always the case, because Mike Mills tends to play mostly downstrokes in this thing. I found it quite a bit easier just to play it with alternate strokes, so it's really just up to you. But in looking at some videos, you do see that Mike does tend to use downstrokes more than anything. So, the first part is mostly quavers, so it's relatively easy. We start with our pinky on the D string on the 7th fret, and we just pluck some quavers on that. And then, with our index finger, we go down to the 5th fret of the A string, and then pinky on the 7th fret of the A string as well. And then, we go with our index finger up to the 6th fret again, of the D string, and then 7th fret, 9th, 7th. And I tend to, after that, my middle finger is on that fret, but then I change it to the pinky after that. So our first part should go like this: 5, 7, 6, 7, 9. So you play that 4 times, and then at the end, instead of doing the, we play it on the low E string, just an open note, like so. And that's before the pre-chorus comes along, which goes like this. Okay, it does look kind of hard, but it's relatively straightforward when you know where you're going. You start with your middle finger on the 9th fret of the A string, then index finger on the 8th fret of the D string, followed by your middle finger on the 9th fret of the D string, and then pinky on the 11th fret of the D string. So that's our first part. And then we actually repeat those same frets up a string, so it goes like this. That's 8, 9, 11, 8. Then we go to the 9th again. Again, the same sort of pattern. We have a 9th to 7th to 6th fret. You might want to change your fingers when you're going down again, because our middle finger is playing the 9th fret there, and playing with the middle finger when you're on that 9th fret going down is a bit trickier, but it's really up to how you want to do it. You can always put on your pinky or your ring finger instead. So, lost my place there. Now, with our pinky, we're on the 9th fret of the D string, and it's a simple going a descending E major scale down the frets, which, if you don't really know about that, is 7, 6 on the D string, then 9, 7 on the A string, and then we play our little 3rd chord. It's not 3rd chord, it's a 4th. Apologies. 7th fret on the A string and then the D string. And then we repeat that. But then, instead of going to the A and the E, we then play a B, the 7th fret on the E string. And that takes us to the chorus. The chorus is one part which, well, I'll freely admit, I just make it up as I go along. I haven't actually learnt the Radio Free Europe chorus, but this is how I play it. We do that little 3rd thing that we have: 7th fret on the A string, 6th fret on the D string, and then back to the 7th fret on the A string again. And we repeat that pattern, but down string and down 2 frets, so we're doing an A major chord. So it goes like this, like that, and then I just go chromatically up 1 fret at a time, back up to my original position, which is the 7th fret on the A string, like so. And then I use my middle finger once again for that A string note. Okay, so that's the chorus. Now, there is one last part I need to teach you, which is the bridge, which goes which is relatively straightforward as long as you know where you're going. You start with your pinky on the B, which is of course the 7th fret on the E string. We then use our index finger on the 4th fret of the A string. That's 4th going into 6th and 7th, using your ring finger and your pinky respectively. And then your index finger on the 4th fret of the D string is your last note. So play this twice, and then up. Again. And that's pretty much it. Those are all the parts to Radio for Europe that you need to know. All you need to do after this is just put them in the correct order. And like I said, if you're a fan of down picking those bass lines, then that's perfectly alright. I just find alternate picking just a bit easier for me. But have fun.